we got my story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Princess. So why are you princess with 3 kids and by yourself? All right.
Okay.
So I have been knowing my kid's father since we was 19 years old. So when I met my kid's father, I was in college. I was in my sophomore year, and during that time, I was just looking for, you know, I don't know how to say it. Like during that time, I really wasn't caring about dudes. Like I was just like, okay, like nobody gonna stop me with my dream. I'm gonna keep on going to school. I'm gonna do this, and like I start meeting him, and he was cool and stuff, but he was totally different. Like me and him lived a two different lifestyles. Like you know everything I had to do, I had to work for it. Like I had to work for every little thing. um and I always told myself, especially growing up, seeing my father and my mother, and seeing my mother getting abused by my father, and just everything with my mom stopping her dreams and stopping her life. Like that's not gonna be me. Like I'm always gonna be like, relationship on hold. I gotta finish what I have to do. And if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. If we cross paths, well, of course, the apple don't fall far from the tree.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta be careful what you say.
Mm-hmm.
And during that time, I was thinking as a 19-year-old, like I was just like, okay, I'm not gonna have no true feelings for him. And I started talking to him, but I was running away from situations. I was running away from situations where, um, I don't know. His lifestyle. Like I was interested by it. As
Mm-hmm.
much as crazy as that sound, like I was smart, and I was street smart too. Don't get it confused. But I was smart, but at the same time, I was just like, after losing my grandmother and just all this other stuff, and I'm not making that as an excuse, but I'm just saying it was just a whole bunch of things because I'm a kind of person. I bottle a lot of things in, and I don't really trust people. I have this trust issue. Even with when he came in my life, I had trust issues, just point blank. Period. But
Mm-hmm.
anyway, enough with that. We started talking. We started dating each other, and everything was, you got that honeymoon phase. You know, everything was cool, and I mean, I loved him. I did. I was in love with him. Like when I tell you I was in love with this man, with this boy. Let me correct it. When I tell you I
Yeah.
was in love with this boy, like everything he needed, I was there. Like
Mm-hmm.
we was. I mean, Abby could
Yeah.
tell you, like, girl. Let me tell you something. Like
Yes.
we was always with each other. Like I was
It was
him.
sickening. I felt like I got replaced.
Like I was always in his car. He'll pick me up. We'll be like gone like every single time. And like it was just so weird. But anyway, let me just go straight to the point because we're already at 4 minutes right now. So we were just always with each other, everything.
Mm-hmm.
And after that honeymoon phase went away, during that time I didn't have a car. I didn't have a car. I didn't know how to drive. Um, he used to pick me up. Like all the dudes I used to talk to, I always had a car. So I was like, I didn't need to drive. But that was the mentality I had. As much education I had in the knowledge that my parents provided me, um, I was still as naive. I was still thinking as a little girl, and at
Mm-hmm.
this point blank period, like I guess I had titties, every little thing. I was fit. I was every little thing, but at the same time, I was naive. I was still a baby, um, and I mean it's the truth. And after that honeymoon phase came out, I started seeing like little things, little patterns, and I was like, okay, he's playing me. So I used to always tell him, like, you know what? I was ready to say his name. Ooh. I used to tell him. I
Girl, you
used
better
to
not
tell
say
him.
it all.
I used to tell him. I used to tell him straight up. I was like, hey, listen, I don't believe in cheating because I am crazy. I used to remind him, and he used to laugh. Like, like you,
FYI, she is.
like,
And she's real petty, too. Y'all found that out, too. She real petty.
Petty.
That is who
Um,
she is.
So I used to tell him like, hey, I'm really crazy. Like I'm a kind of person like if you mind, you mind. I'm very territorial. Okay, so if you mind, you mind. It's like you nobody else. Like I'm sorry, bro. Like it's a signed deal. Like you ain't going nowhere. And I was like, hey, I'm just being honest with you. If you feel like, we're still young, we still can do our own thing, like, we can go away. Like, it will hurt my feelings, it won't hurt my feelings, but I was basically saying, like, I would be hurt, because I would want this relationship to go further. However, don't stunt my growth. Like, be a man and tell me, you trying to talk to somebody else. Right. And he was like, oh no, princess, I want to be with you, only you, da da da. I said, okay.
The story.
So, basically, somebody from his job, and this is what I'm gonna try to tell you. The reason why it's so long because it's a story.
10 years worth.
10 years.
10 years worth of a story, okay?
So let me tell you something, okay? So the people at his job knew me, okay? Because I always was humble. I always was respectful. I always was respect to his mama, his daddy, his grandma. I have never, ever disrespected them, I don't believe in that regardless, So I came, his job called me. I don't even work at the job.
Right.
His job called me. It's like, princess, hey, just let you know, there's a little shorty inside. Yeah, and she like she got like these red and blue hair. I don't know what color hair.
She had colored hair.
She was like this little stick, right? Now, mind you, I wasn't this size. I was fit. And so I was just like, what? Like what? Like what are you talking about? So I called my brother. Cause I have a lot of brothers. I called my brother, and I was
some
like,
of them ain't even blood, but go ahead.
I called my brothers, and I was like, can you like take me over to this location? He was like, okay. He was like, but princess, don't be starting nothing. Don't start nothing. I ain't trying to go to jail because of you. I'm like, oh no, I'm not gonna go to jail. I just want to come over his job. I just want to see what he's doing. So I come up there, and he was gone. So I knew every location, all the spots, every location that he was at. I knew where all the friends, I knew where he was smoking at. I knew everything. I told you you're going to get the good, the bad, and the ugly. So don't get surprised, but So I knew wherever place that he was at. I knew every location that he was at. So I was like, okay, he's not over there. Okay, I'm going to drive to the next place. Oh, he's not over there. Okay, I'm going to drive to the next place. Oh, he's not over there. I'm going to drive to the next place.
Her brother must have had some time.
I'm just going with I'm telling my brother, I'm going to give you $100 for gas. Okay? He said, okay, fine. Where you want to go, princess? Where you want to go? I said, let's go. So he was like, so I finally got to this one place. So you ready for the tea?
She got a lot of tea to spill.
Let me tell you something. So anyway, I get to the house and I knock on the door. Now the people know me and everything, and I knock on the door. I was like, why you not letting me in? They was like, oh, because you. I won't say his name. They said he's asleep. He's asleep. And I was like, okay, well I can come in the room like. If he's asleep, he's asleep. So anyway, so I goes in. He was like, just stay right here. Just stay right here. I'm like, I'm coming in. So I walk up in there, and
I was not with her.
And I'm like,
I was not involved.
And I'm like, why the door's locked? Why the door's locked? And he was like, who's that? Who's that? So I hear this girl in the background like, oh, baby, who's that? Baby. So I kicked the door down. And when I'm not making up no story, I kicked the door down. So I was like, oh, so you got this bitch up in your bed. So she's up there with the cover like this. Oh my God. What are you doing? I'm like, sorry. I was like, oh, okay. I said, okay. So I didn't come, because I'm not the kind of female. I don't come to the female. I come to the person, to the man, the boy. I went to the boy. Stop. Hey. Make sure y'all put in there in the comments. Stop saying man, put boy. Okay, I came to the boy and he was up to put his little drawers, his little body parts, but he was just covering it up. Like, boy, I already seen this before. So anyway, I broke his windows and stuff like that. But that's not the point. That's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is,
right
after like all that altercation and stuff like that,
she bust the windows out.
I found out I felt like I had a flu. Okay, so here's the word. Y'all like, this is 10 minutes in, and you haven't even talked about what happened. Okay,
I know.
Chill out. I'm telling you, this is 10 years worth. Okay. So anyway, I felt like I had flu. So I'm like, oh, mama, I got a flu. I'm like, this flu is not going away. I feel like I got a flu. And she's like, Princess, what are you talking about? I'm like, I got a flu. I don't know. This flu is contagious. So I go to this hospital called Truman Hospital. The ghettoest hospital ever. So
Truman Medical Center, Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay. Anyway, I went there. I was sitting there for like dead ass, like for 6-7 hours. And I'm just sitting here like I'm sweating. I'm like, I'm gonna die.
I went through the same thing.
So they finally called me and the girl's like, can I have your name? I'm like, my name is Princess. They're like, so what you coming here for? I'm like, I feel like I'm dying. And she's like, okay, well, just take some Tylenol. I'm like, lady, I took Tylenol. I took everything that you could think of. I still have this flu, and this flu been happening for 2 months now. She's like, 2 months? She's like, sweetie, come back here. So I took the little urine test, whatever. And she was like, so I'm going to let you know first and foremost that you do not have a flu. I'm like, oh, okay. So it's maybe my asthma. She's like, no. So, sweetie, you are 3 months pregnant. I said, 3 months pregnant? Oh, well, I'm not showing. Like,
how do you get to find that at 3 months? I always found out like I was 2 weeks, 3 weeks.
I was 3 months pregnant, and I didn't even know because I wasn't showing. My stomach like wasn't bulging. I was never a big girl or anything, so I just didn't know that I was pregnant. Like, I was eating the same, I was doing the same stuff. But anyway,
she can eat a lot, by the way. She could eat a lot back then.
Back then, I was just.
She could put it down.
I just put it down. So anyway, so I was just like, and he was with the girl that I kicked down the door. Anyway, I'm trying to make up this story like really, really fast because I hear my kids in the background. I don't know.
My daughter is acting up.
Okay, maybe so. So anyway, I found out I was pregnant, whatever. He was with the girl that I kicked down the door and stuff, and she was at the call on my phone like, beep, 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 beep. That's not his baby. That's not his baby. She was like, when I see you on site, it is
when
what
I
it is.
See you on site.
So I'm like, okay. So during that time, she was living in an income-based apartment complex, and he was staying out there.
Mm-hmm.
And so one time, my cousin was like, okay. She was like, my cousin not gonna fight you, but I'll fight you. Now I didn't care because I would fight her when I was pregnant. Now that was my mindset when I was, 20 years old.
Okay, we'll get out the bed. Sit up a little bit.
Oh my goodness. That's how it was when I was 20 years old. But I was like, I'm gonna fight you. Like, let's just meet up. Like, you got a problem?
It's about to be a girl fight.
So anyway, she was always on the phone, blah blah, about back and forth with him. So I was like, I'm done dealing with you. So I was going past and whatever. I had my baby girl, but he wasn't at the hospital. He wasn't there when I gave birth. He came after the delivery with his mom and stuff like that, and his brother and his family, and they like took pictures and whatnot. And he was just like, I love you, da 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 da. And of course, for me, I wanted to keep my family, and I know this is dumb as heck. I would tell my daughter.
I understand.
I would tell my daughter all this, but she was like, he was like, I'm with my family. I love you. I just want our family to grow and blah blah. Now, mind you, I just turned 21. So I was 21 when I had my daughter. So I was like, yeah, okay, blah blah. Cause I'm not gonna. I was like, you know what, not all relationships are perfect, blah blah blah. So I'm like, okay. So, we stayed with each other, and then, how old was I when Ishmael?
Girl, I don't know.
I forgot how it was, like 24, 25. Now, mind you, I still didn't have a car. I still didn't have a car during this time. But it's so much. Like, this video will be like super long if I tell you about every little
the
thing.
in-between situations.
The in-between situations. Like, you're like, dang, Chris, you went through all this. But let's say that so basically what I want to say is all three of my kids is by this one man. Okay, so let me just break it down. It's just by this one man. So it's not, I don't got another person or another person that I would like to talk about. But this one man, I have all three of my kids by this one man. I did get my tubes tied because I just didn't want to have any more kids, especially just like going through situations like that again. And like I mentioned before earlier in my video, like, I really want to just pay attention to myself. I'm not pointing fingers at him because as much as I want to point fingers at him, like 3 is pointing back at me. I could have left him alone like a long time ago. So the thing about it is, like, we talk, we talk. Like, I'm trying to be cordial with him because his kids still love him. But when it comes to financial, when it comes to like sports or anything, I'm the person that pays out. I'm the person that makes sure, like, my kids are on my insurance. Like, I do everything for my kids, and it's not to beat him up. I always tell him every single day, like, like, this is a effed up situation. Like, it is, we don't even have to be with each other. Just take care of your kids. But like I said, that's a long story. We've been through a lot. He put me through a whole bunch of situations. Yeah. So anyway, this video has been longer than expected, but this is a little story time. I wanted to shoot for 2 videos. Actually, it's gonna be, how many videos? It's gonna be 3 videos. Y'all getting 3 videos out of us today. Yep. Our introductory, and then the second one was Abby. Yep. Story time, and then my story time. So I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Please subscribe.
Yes, subscribe, you guys.
Yes, and put in the comments, please put ideals, like what you would like from us. We are going to be putting our kids pointers. Put some pointers. Like I said, this is something fresh, it's something new that we're doing. Our kids, we will be vlogging. Sometimes she won't be with me. I'll be vlogging by myself.
Sometimes I might be vlogging by myself.
Yes, sometimes we'll be doing something together. But our kids will be in it. Just today, my daughter should be asleep. It's 7:52. Her bedtime is at 7 o'clock. But anyway,
when we get off,
right? But they are getting some sleep because they've been having cake, pizza, juice, all that, movies, watching The Grinch and all that. But thank you so much. Thank you so much. And like I said, you're gonna get the good,
the bad,
and the ugly. So once again, please make sure to subscribe, and thank you so much. And watch out for our next video. Bye.
Bye, guys.
Hi guys, this is Princess.
And this is Evie.
Thank you so much for subscribing to our channels. Once again, make sure to subscribe to our channel and also hit our notification button so you can always be alerted with each video that we send out. Once again, like I mentioned before, you're always going to get the good,
the bad,
and the ugly. Thank you so much for being a subscriber to our channel, and we hope to bring out some great content for you guys. Bye.
Peace.